Hello YouTube. More Dwarf Fortress? More Parallel Worlds Dwarf Fortress? Sure, why not? Let's do it. In some of these previous videos, by the way, you YouTubers out there, I have said that these were being published months after the fact, and I decided, why not just publish everything I've got in my backlog and then do the most recent series that I'm doing now in parallel with it? It is a Parallel Worlds Fortress after all, so parallelity? Parallelity? That thing is in its nature. So yeah, why not? Let's make it a true parallel fortress on many levels. It's amazing marketing, he says, not really understanding marketing. Anyway, what's going on in the fortress? Let's have a look. I hear chat, the live guys talking to me, but I'm just going to not pay any attention to them for a moment because otherwise we'll get just completely off on a tangent and nothing will happen. First, we need to refresh our memories of the fort. So let's go to the top. Excuse me. Excuse me. So on the surface, we have what was intended to be a tavern, but is now a llama pen. That seems to be doing okay. It's still got grass in it, although it is starting to be depleted. We may need to change that up. Hopefully the internal pasture will be fully covered in whatever this shit that grows out of the caverns is. Apparently llamas can eat it. I've never seen them do it, though, because I've never been able to actually get pasture to grow underground. But it seems to be happening today, so if it gets there, it gets there. No, don't look at chat. Even though I see new names. Hello, NATO. I'll talk to you in a minute. We've got our farm set up. That's all good. This little tunnel over here. Hello. Oh, no, I remember. The offset gets worse as you go towards the bottom. Right, so this tunnel over here, that goes down into the caverns. There's our farms. This was originally going to be a barracks, became a dormitory, and now I think we've got more bedrooms on the go, so it might be time to strike these beds and take them downstairs. This over here is a little storage room for our vampire mare who turned up. Who is it? It's not Claycree this time, is it? Who's our vampire mare? Dolok. Oh, we gave him a nickname, but he's still going under his assumed alias. So we can't actually be sure what his name is off the top of our heads. I'll have to check. If it was you I named him after, then feel free to pipe up in chat. Let's go over here a bit. Okay, then we've got the barracks for the melee unit who should be training. I'm not sure there's a full squad there. I think we may only have 5 people, so we might want to look into expanding their ranks. Go down a bit. This is a floor that I decided not to use in the end because of all the soil in the walls. It's not really good to have soil walls. They're ugly. They crumble. Yeah, I mean, what's good to say about soil walls? Excuse me. There is a carpenter's workshop up here, but I think I took it apart, didn't I? Let's have a little... No, it's still there. Before I dismantle it, I'll check I've built one downstairs. We've got a furniture stockpile here that seems to be mostly taken up with mechanisms. I think this is a weapon stockpile. We could have a look. It's a gem stockpile and a weapon stockpile. I've built a new gem stockpile downstairs, so before we go anywhere, let's get rid of this because, quite frankly, it is surplus to requirement and should be discarded. What in the name of fucking Bilbo Baggins is going on? There we go. Sorry. Things went a bit weird there. Can I... There we go. Let's cancel the gemstones. Lovely. Revealing the floor beneath. What was this one again? A weapons stockpile. Have I built another one? I haven't. Oh my goodness, chat seems to be herring along without me. Apologies if your messages have gone off the top before I've seen them. This is our old mason's workshop, which appears to have been absolutely stuffed full of granite blocks. So we may need to make ourselves a nice block stockpile. And I think it might be time to start those magma industries going as well, which means we'll need a bar stockpile. We've got more furniture stockpiles in here. Again, this was a floor that was abandoned due to too much soilage in the walls. Go down a bit further, we've got our little bedroom floor, which is woefully inadequate for our population. I think we've got like, well, how many beds here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I lost count. About 28. And we've got a population currently of 73 adults, 3 children, and 8 vulnerable sweet babies. Oh, bless their little beards. Let's go down a little bit lower. Here's our dining hall, which we saw from the first frame of the video. Very exciting. Unfortunately, it has succumbed to penis-like imagery. I appear to have made the butcher's shop and the tannery here into a pair of testicles, and then although it has this sort of flange arrangement at the bottom, it does go into a sort of rather top-heavy bell-end arrangement, which is a shame. Yeah, I try to avoid drawing penises inadvertently. I only ever try to draw penises advertently. But in this case, I seem to have slipped up. We've got a good few tables in the dining hall. That's good. We've got our egg-laying area here. What would you call it? It's not an aviary with chickens in, is it? It's a barn? An ovum collection facility. Let's not dwell too deeply on that, although I'm sure there will be stuff in chat that I will completely be unaware of the context of later on that will refer to that. We've got our food stockpile here. We've got our... Oh, hold on. Sorry, there we go. Food stockpile here. That's gonna be the llama enclosure, but as you see, no moss growing on the floor. That's the stuff that comes out of the caves. Moss. This is a set of offices for our nobles. I will be expanding on those as required. Let's go down a floor again. Now we go into the setup for the workshops, which has been thought through with verticality in mind. These two sort of Frankenstein neck bolts type things here, using the wrong screen again. There we go. These two Frankenstein neck bolt things intended to be bedrooms for the workers in these workshops. These two are Craftsdwarf workshops, I believe, and this is almost certainly a finished goods stockpile. It is. Good. Let's go down a floor. This floor is for masons, same kind of setup with a furniture stockpile at the bottom. This floor is the mechanic and the gem cutter. Again, no beds in those rooms yet, but once we've actually established who's doing all these roles and where they are, we will get them in there. I'm going to try setting up some burrows as well. We may even dabble in planning mode tonight. I'm sure Ocelot is just chomping at the bit to explain it all, but hold your horses, cool your jets, be prepared for it later on. We've got an ashery here and a soap maker's workshop, meaning we should have the full supply chain available to us, although I will need someone to remind me of the recipe in chat. Next floor we have a clothier's shop and a leatherworks. Excuse me. Coughing and hiccuping, and I feel like there's a burp coming on later, so if we're lucky we may finally do the triple tonight, all three simultaneously. We got here, holy shit, Bergendorf. I will get, thank you, I will get to that in just a moment. We've got a loom, and then we've got a load of empty floors that need some sort of use being ascribed to them. There we go, so that's the tour. Let's head back up to the surface and return to chat for a moment. Now, thank you very much for those gifted subs, Bergendorf. That is very, very generous of you. It must be getting close to Christmas. And I hope everyone's saying thank you. And put your little emotes in chat. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to have a load of people out there in the wild with my emote. They'll be able to show it off like a new watch or something. You watch? When I haven't worn a watch for fucking 20 years. Oh, Panzerbeard. Oh, was that? Does it come up as an individual? It does. It comes up as an individual notification for every gifted sub. Very nice. Congratulations, Ayland, Elite, NATO, Krzjm, Gingy Ginger, and Panzerbeard. Well done. I say well done. Well done, Bergendorf. I'm not very used to these big sub-gifting things. It's only happened once, maybe twice before, so I don't really know how to respond. I don't really know what to say, other than thank you, obviously. But I think I've got that out of the way already. I think we're already good for that. Let me just have a little sip of the old coffee and think about it. There we go. That's good. Anyway, let's go up the chat again and catch up with what was said. ASCII supremacy. Parallelogrammetry. No, parallelogrammetry? That could be it. That could be it. Hello, by the way, Elite. Welcome back to the stream. I did a weird little hand gesture there. Ego te baptizo in nomine Patris. Let's keep going down here. There's Bergendorf. There's Ostat. NATO started his parallel world the other day. I say his. They're there. I don't want to assume anything. I don't know. It's very hard to determine people's gender identity, whatever, on the old text, isn't it? It's quite awkward, quite difficult. Just avoid it, really. Probably the best bet. Just give everybody a they or a there. Ocelot greeting YouTube there. Very gentlemanly of him. Gunner glasses. 16GB RGB RAM. More RGB for the RGB god, as they say in the Chaos realm. New keyboard, 2 alternative art D&D books. Are they like fancy collector's editions? I once bought a collector's edition of the Call of Cthulhu rulebook. It was an anniversary thing, bound in leather, gold embossed elder sign, well, the Chaosium, or Chaosium as people call it. I don't know which is correct, but I like Chaosium for some reason. The gold embossed elder sign on the front. That was a fantastic book, and I lent it to someone, never saw it again, which is a shame. It cost about 70 quid. But oh well, never mind. Burgunder says, I prefer the zombie method. Okay, I don't even know what that's in reference to, but I'm sure I said something earlier that would have made sense for that to be a response to. Hello, Sinuhith? Sinuhith. Welcome back to the stream again. Thanks for joining us again. I'm very sorry for F-wording on you. I do apologise. Be careful though, it might happen again. You might want to put some kind of protective clothing on. Maybe a pair of special fuck-sealing headphones. That might work. That's a very weird way for me to put it. Fuck-sealing headphones. I don't think anything should be fuck-sealing apart from maybe a dog's dick, because apparently they swell up after they've done the deed, and it means they can't pull out and nobody else can get in and deposit their gametes, so to speak. Let's keep coming down a bit. Not enough statues, says Burgerdurf. True, we don't have many statues in there. We do need to have a little bit of a beautification run. Already journeying to the pink place, of course, Ostap. It's obviously my favourite of the bad corners. It's my favourite. It's obviously the best. Yes, definitely obviously the best. Just checking I wasn't going crazy there. Moscow, is that on a frozen over world somewhere? It looks like it's circumcised. My dining hall is not circumcised. It is merely erect beyond its confines, so to speak. Okay, I'm coming out with some unusual turns of phrase this evening. I think I may need to make record of them. I may need to some point come back and listen to this one and go, what did I say there? Oh yeah, I meant to put that in the quote engine. That seems good. Anyway, where were they? Haunted Glacier, says Ayland. Where are you making a Haunted Glacier thing? I've missed something. Okay, we can't spend ages going back into the fucking bowels of chat though, because it says more messages below. We're miles behind. Miles, I say. There's the thanks for Burgundurf. From the Sonoran Desert. I would die in your climate. My goodness. I'm assuming, because most deserts, when you think of deserts, are hot deserts. Is that a hot one? I've heard the name before, but I don't actually know where it is or what kind of... Is it like a high altitude desert? Is it like one of those super dry, super windy, super high altitude cold places? I don't know. I think it's in America, right? Or is it? Am I crazy or just foolish? I gifted 41 to a guy a few weeks ago. Did not win the giveaway. Oh, that's not fair. Well, I can guarantee you that nobody will win any giveaways tonight because I don't have anything to give away. That's not true. I could give away some of my stuff, but honestly, I'm frightened of shipping costs if somebody in another country wins. To be fair, I'm frightened of shipping costs if someone down the road wins. Well, I'm not actually. I could just hand deliver it then, couldn't I? Turn up on the door. But that would be weird, wouldn't it? Turning out that you live down my road. That would be really odd. That would be like, how did that happen? Of all the people to watch my stream, someone on my road? No, I don't think so. The odds are 2 against it. Let's keep going. I mean, they, them anyway, so, well, there we go. Bound in human leather? Excuse me? I'm assuming you're not talking about yourself. Are we talking about some kind of Buffalo Bill situation here, NATO? Because those two statements, they run into each other and perhaps give an impression that you weren't intending to give. So I may have to step back from this and not ask for clarification, because things are getting a bit personal, really. Things are getting a bit personal, and if I'm honest, probably quite offensive. Here we go. The limited time, I'm working on my alternate art collection. Oh, that'll be the D&D books. Very nice. Very nice. Once again, unfortunately, without their fuck ceiling headphones, sign no hith. I'll get it right eventually. Sign no hith. That's what I'm calling you. If it's wrong, you better let me know, because otherwise I'm going to make a right tit of myself saying that. I apologise. We will attempt to find a good pair of fuck ceiling headphones on Amazon for you to put in your ears when I'm streaming. And that'll be great, wouldn't it? It'd be fantastic. All it does is it just plays fuck backwards as I say it. Then it cancels it out. Oh, God. This is shameful, but in many ways gratifying. Or the one about females. Corkscrew. Duck fact. Oh, okay, yes, I see. Here we go. Yes, okay, they're talking about penises. Duck penises. Isn't it pigs' penises that are corkscrew shaped? Or is it ducks as well? I did a... Or do I just... I'm pretty sure pigs have curly penises. I should have paid more attention to that TV programme when that woman wanked the pig off. Does anyone in the UK remember The Farm? I mean, I know I've mentioned this before, but I think it was the unsung high point of UK reality television. Everything from that point on would never reach those heady heights. I mean, Keith Harrison Orville with Vanilla Ice, Flavor Flav. I don't know if this is even the same year, but I just remember fucking the most unbelievable cast of characters. I remember seeing Flavor Flav sitting under a tree, hugging his knees, having a little cry because he just had a little rant at Keith Harris with his little Orville puppet, and oh my god, it was just a golden moment. Far better than when Kinga stuffed that bottle up her chuff. Anyway, let's stop talking about reality TV, because that's a tedious subject, and it's also old news because I haven't really watched any reality TV for quite some time, other than The Curse of Oak Island, of course, which is beautiful television. Anyway, where were we? Let's keep going down. I'm going to have to go further down. Because, hello Macho, Google the Duck song. It's hilarious. Put that in the Discord. I don't think I'm going to do it on stream, but I'll have a little look. I mean, obviously, if you're going to go to the Discord and type Google the Duck song, I suppose you could even post a link. Just because I'm lazy. I mean, come on. Where were we? Sorry. You were talking about Call of Cthulhu bound in leather. No, it wasn't bound in human leather. It was bound in nice green sort of booky leather. You know, the kind of old book. It may not even have been leather. It could have been fake leather. But it did say leather when I bought it. And it smelt that. It had that nice leathery smell to it. So I'm assuming it was leather. I hope it was leather. Actually, it got nicked. So I hope it wasn't leather. I hope it was some tatty old shite with no resale value. Anyway, where were we? Don't Trust Sixth is in. Hello, Don't Trust Sixth. What has Sixth done that he doesn't deserve trust? Has he been a bad man? A naughty boy? We'll have to see. We'll have to find out. Hello, Clay Cree. Welcome back. You like my holy tree? Or are they talking about someone else's holy tree? Oh, the Christmas tree. Yes. Kel spent a lot of time today decorating that. There you go. We're all set for the festive season in this household. Everything's ready. We've even got stockings on the fireplace. Isn't that traditional? Yeah. I'm sorry. Let's have a little look here. I think we're all caught up. Okay. There we go. Right, we're talking about reproductive organs. That's cool. You get on with that, but I can't be drawn away from Dwarf Fortress for any longer, because frankly, if I get on a penis tangent, we're going to be here all night. So, first things first. What did I say I wanted to do? Adding some dwarves to the military. So, first things first again, everybody brace your eyes. If you're in a dark room, I'm about to move to a mostly white screen. Therefore, your retinas may feel a level of distress. This can be alleviated by, as I said, squinting your eyes, maybe making sure that any pinpoint bright lights give those kind of weird lens flares that you get when you squint your eyes. Did you ever go on long car rides at night when you were a kid and do that at the street lights and move your head left and right to see all the lines go parallel? Whatever. Let's go into Dwarf Fortress. Therapist, like I said. 3, 2, 1. Mind your eyes. There we go. That's blinding, isn't it? Let's have a little look on this screen. I'm going to give it a refresh, even though I haven't unpaused the game since I started. And have a little peek on the military screen. along with sorting by military status. Good, good. Right, we want to get rid of our nobles. We want to get rid of our off-duty military. We don't want to see any juveniles. And I'm not interested in anyone I cannot activate. Although, having said that, everybody is at the top. We appear to have... a second vampire arrived at the end of the last session, didn't it? Right at the last session. With an impressive kill count of 391 humans. Kogan Nanirber? Okay, so he needs to be bunged into our military squad with the mayor, doesn't he? So what I'm going to do is assign him to the oceanic ropes using therapist. You can't see the pop-up windows. Don't worry about it. It's happening. It's happening. I'm going to commit that. Good. And then I think what we'll do is we'll send him in to do some training. Hopefully he'll wait outside the door. We'll be able to unlock it and lock it as he goes in. Seems like a bit of an unlikely scenario, but whatever. Let's sort by weapon skills. We've got any axe dwarves, hammer dwarves, knife users, lashers. We've got a lasher, but no ready supply of whips. So is that worth putting in the military? I don't think so. Mace dwarf. We've got a mace dwarf. Should we put low law in? Let me just have a quick look at their labours. What do you do in the fortress, low law? Oh, you work with fish, do you? Not anymore. Unfortunately, your days at the aquatic centre are over, along with your paper making. You are no longer one of our military... you are no longer one of our regular dwarves. You're coming off of Civvy Street, and you're into the military. Let's also turn off all the hauling labours on our military as well, even though they're not in yet. In you go, Lolo. Assigned to squad. The Lances of Gilding, now with 6 members. Oh my. Then who do we put in next? Who do we go for next? Back to the military screen. We've looked at our mace dwarves. We've got any pike dwarves? We have got pikemen. Sarvesh Gamilficod. Gamilficod? Sarvesh Gamilficod. How have you learnt to use a fucking polearm? You're a dwarf. A pike doesn't seem sensible. Still, can we build pikes? Does it run off the spear skill? Dangerous game here looking at chat. We could get distracted. Slang usually have to do with things you can access outside the body. I've never used OBS, but is it possible to dim a scene in some way for the therapist screen? Maybe. Let's think about it. Might not be a dwarf, might be a merc who you gave residence to. That's a good point, Ayland, actually. Let me hover over them. No, they're a dwarf. They're a dwarf. Sarvesh Trusted Glaze. Odd name. Hello, Cupo. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. You reckon that's what it is? You reckon they've somehow managed to learn the art of wielding a pike through competent dildoship? Dildosmanship? Well, I suppose dildos womanship? I'm not sure. It feels like you would have a very limited move set if that was your training ground, so to speak. Your target zones would be pretty singular. Well, I mean, it depends, obviously. I can imagine scenarios in which other target zones are used. However, in a lesbian relationship, it doesn't seem like the kind of thing that we mooted. Then again, what do I know? I know shitloads of lesbians. Holy shit. Anyway, let's... sorry, I was getting a bit distracted there. Let's just check that nobody else has put their hand up in chat and said hello. Hello, Tidy. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. What have you walked into? That's a good question. That's a very good question. I would like to think that lowering the brightness in Therapist for the viewers is somehow possible, but if Scoundrel is to engage in attempting to do so, we're probably in for numerous technical difficulty streams in the near future. That's not the craziest prognostication there, actually, Ostat. not the craziest. Maybe I could go for the brightness lowering, but it could lead to issues. So maybe we'll leave it alone for now. Scoundrel lacks imagination. I don't need imagination, Cupo, not for that kind of thing. This is the age of the internet. It's 2019, for fuck's sake. Who needs an imagination anymore? Well, actually. Okay, let's not get too sidetracked. And hello, Druids Mead. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Where were we? Yes, we were looking at Dwarf Therapists to try and find some people. Now, can I make pikes? Can I make pikes? Squeezing a plump helmet a few minutes ago, and the pike is a spear-like weapon, so if we were to assume the helmet is considered magical, spear and magic helmet. I do like a bit of the old Tannhauser Overture. It's one of my favourite pieces of music, and it took me a long time to find it. And for some reason, I was thinking of the music from the Bugs Bunny cartoon, and I never typed in spear and magic helmet to figure out. It's just stupid. Very stupid of me. Yeah, who needs an imagination when you have the magic of it's not really magic though, is it? It's science. The science of Pornhub. I say, madam, sir, people, come on now. Yes, Dwarf Fortress does require a level of imagination. Well, it doesn't require it. It is enhanced by imagination. Imagination is a kind of sauce that you slather on your big old bowl of Dwarf Fortress as you shovel it down your neck. That's the kind of thing that makes it taste that much better. It's good on its own, of course, but add a little sprinkle of imagination on top and... oh, the flavours, the smells. Mentally delicious. Anyway, where were we? Having a look over here. Sexology is a valid field of science. Is it called sexology though? I feel like that's kind of a rough deal. Sure. What else could you? Well, I mean, it could be called fuckology, but I don't think that's going to go down well in an academic setting. That's going to be a hard thing to have on your badge at the conference. I see you're a professor of fuckology. Oh, okay, interesting. What does that entail? Well, get ready for this. No, it's not how it's going to work. Cunnilinguistics, Cupo, that is good. The art of speaking the language of love. Not always welcome, obviously, but sometimes, just a little hint of it makes all the difference. Okay, moving swiftly on. Let's look for a dwarf. Anyway, can I make pikes? Question mark. Can I make is a spear a pike? Well, the spear is actually an entirely separate skill, so I imagine no. Let's. That's what I was thinking. How could a dwarf wield a pike? Anyway, spear dwarves, none, and swords dwarves, none. So basically, it's pike dwarf or nothing. I suppose we could whack a couple of old strong boys in for some wrestling, couldn't we? Let's sort out the strong boys from the weaklings. Oh, look at this. We've got 2 dwarves with 75 strength. That's pretty good, although 39 agility and 28 toughness is not a great combo. You don't want somebody on your side who punches like a truck with the aim of a fucking... God, should have thought about that before I finished it, shouldn't I? What doesn't hit very often? Okay. Yeah, no, that's an inappropriate joke. That's not a topic for humour. Well, I mean, it could be, but not in my unskilled hands. Okay. Maybe I'll stop reaching. That's probably a good idea. Let's stop doing that. Let's have a little look at someone else then. All of our strong boys are pretty fucking clumsy. And one of them isn't even that tough. Got a bit of endurance there. How are they so strong, yet so fucking inept? This guy here, look, Endok. Endok Abulezem. I hate dwarven names. 63 strength, not as good as 75, but agility 52, toughness 69. He is marked with the sex number. I feel like this is an auspicious fellow. Let's go and check out Endok's labours and see what he does. His job apparently is tanner. Oof. Ow, he's pretty good at tanning those hides. Do we have anyone else who is as good at tanning? No. No. We do not. Let's go and explore Endok a little. I want to find out more about Endok Abulezem. So I'm going to go over to Dwarf Fortress. Ah, your retina's back to their safe resting state. Isn't it lovely? And we're going to say... Oh, crap. Don't press the Windows key. Q-E-N-D-O. There he is, the Tanner. Let's have a little look in this fella's head. See what makes him tick. It's a competitive world, and you'd be a fool to think otherwise. Oh, he's one of those guys. Here we go. Oh, sorry. She's one of those guys. Apologies, Endok. It's a very manly name for a lady. Within the last season, she was aroused, talking with the spouse. That seems to be going a lot in the fortress, doesn't it? There's a lot of randy little dwarves here. She felt satisfied at work. She didn't feel anything after being away from friends for too long. Okay, let's keep looking. No goblets seems to be an issue in the fortress. Euphoric due to inebriation. Caught in the rain. Married to Red Roweno, Florthin, and has one child, Udib Doctrine Treating. She is a faithful worshipper of Onget, the aquamarine fountains. Okay. She has a recessed chin, 92 years old, with a recessed chin and a shaven head. Oh, wow. My goodness. Anyway, into the military with you. You may be a fantastic tanner, but frankly, I don't give a shit about the quality of the leather in my fortress. Leather? Ugh. Boring. What are you going to make out of that? Sofas? Fuck off. I suppose we could all have cool leather jackets. That would be kind of nice. If we could get some kind of logo embroidered on the back like a biker gang. Oh yeah, actually now I do want a tanner. Mind you, the other one will level up soon enough. This girl's good for the military. Let's get her in there. Brace your eyeballs, people. We're going back to therapist. Are you ready? Prepare yourselves. Here it comes. Da-da-da-da. Dwarfs can't make pikes, says Cupo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I only had to ask that question about 30 times to get myself off the subject of God knows what I was talking about. I know what I was talking about. I know what I was talking about. That's why we stopped. Assigned to squad, the Lances of Gilding. Golden covered lances. Technically, if you're gilding it, I suppose that is actual gold. So it's not golden, it's gold. Gold covered lances. Anyway, that's the military enhanced. Let's go back over here. In fact, does anybody want a dwarf named after them while we're here? Because now is the time. Now is the time to raise your hand and say me, please, or however you would like to ask. Let's sort them by has nickname. Only 16 of the dwarves have nicknames. Buttermut Squash, Druid's Mead, Fuzzy Logic, Guy Incognito, Shock Treatment, Cupo, Clakery, Caruso, Macho, NATO, Panzerbeard, Perilous, Plutonium Jesus, Red Roweno, Smelly Orc, or Schmelly Orc, sorry, and Tidy. Is anyone else in there? Oh, hello, Sanctum. Welcome back. You're still alive, just so you know. Indeed, le sex number. Oh, I say. According to the wiki, only rare dwarves can wield with good RNG stats for size, but it also says pikes can't be equipped by dwarves. So it's a size thing, is it? Was that another sub? My goodness, it's getting crazy out there. Ayland, can has dwarf please? Yes, you can. Did I not give you one last time? Any preference? I'll try to fulfill it, but oh, hello, Rando. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been an absolute outpouring of Dwarf Fortress on my YouTube channel after probably close to 2 months of silence. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I just get overcome by laziness. It's just a curse. It doesn't run in my family. I'm the only one. oh. Someone once said Dwarf Fortress is like watching paint dry. My response was dwarves don't paint, they engrave. My response would have been to have kicked that elf in the fucking nuts. Get out. Not Clakery, so I'm talking to the person you're referencing, Clakery. Not you, but you do have a history of saying poorly worded phrases in chat regarding your apparent acceptance of the existence of elves, which I would say is tantamount to heresy. Well, in fact, it's just heresy. Unbelievable heresy. Sorry, where was I? I was giving Ayland someone, wasn't I? Doesn't really care who, just my pick. So in that case, I shall look away, and I shall use the random selection technique. Watch this. Boom! Who we got? Logem Mystekricmud. What does he do? A wood burner? Wow, all that surface magma, you are certainly going to be retraining relatively quickly. Let's set that nickname, and it's A-E-L-U-N-D. E-E-L? No, A-E-L-U? Fuck's sake. How did I spell that wrong? A-E-L-U-N-D. There we go, thank goodness. There were no questions about whether that would go over the 16 character limit. That was all good. Where are you? There. How have I fucked that up? Hang on. A-lobbed. A-flubbed. A-lund. So dark. Oh. A-long? Where's the D? There it is. Okay. This does not bode well for my Dwarf Fortress future. It bodes badly. Ah. Rando. Is it the other vampire? Oh, you mean the one with the fancy stats? No, it wasn't actually. We checked. The other vampire is Kogan here. Kogan Nanirber? Whatever. Where were we? Alchimedes, anyone you like? Okay, no problem. Let's look away again, do the random chat. I'm actually doing this to cover the screen on the OBS because I can still see Dwarf Therapist. What am I doing? Fine Ikithaki? Not actually a resident. Actually, let's not do that. We don't want to do that. You don't want to be someone who might be booted out. That's not good. And what have we got now? We've got Mistem. What do you do, Mistem? You're a farmer. Ah, a shit farmer, but nonetheless he has chosen his vocation and will probably remain in his protected profession. Just like in the war. That was Archimedes, wasn't it? Let's just do it with an O-R-K-I-M-E-D-E-S. Did that come out right? Let's commit that change. And excuse me, Simon Swerver? Excuse me? Did I say stop playing? I didn't, did I? Fucking Simon Swerver, honestly. More like Simon Swerver. Where were we? We were looking at names of people in Dwarf Therapist. Claycree likes Eldar, mostly because they made Slanesh. That is something going in their place. Yes, Sanctum, you do have a dwarf. You're called Sanctum, I believe. What? I could have sworn you had a dwarf. Apparently you don't. What the fucking hell? Aylan, Butternut Squash, Druids, Mead, Fuzzy Dodger, Guy Incognito, Shock Treatment, Cupo, Clay Creek, Corso, Macho, NATO, Orchimedes, Panzerbeard, Perilous. Oh, it's Perilous! For some reason I mixed you up with Perilous. Let's get you a dwarf as quick as possible. Get that man a dwarf. Stat. Let's have a little look. Scrolly, 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 scrolly. It does work, Elite. It does. You've been subscribed while you were away. Oh, you got the, yeah, you got a gifted one. That's it, yes. I thought you meant you'd been subscribed to the channel for months and months without watching. I was about to say, oh man, how can I arrange to give you your needed money back? Let's have a little look, scroll up here. Sanctum, that was it, wasn't it? And we can't call you Sanctum Spirit Stone. Let's just close the eyes here. Diddle, 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 click. Thob, our manager. Would you like to be our manager, Thob? How does that sound? Good? Let's do it. Let's do it. Unless that last message was someone saying, no, don't do it. How would I like a dwarf named after myself? Well, Clay Cree, that would be incredibly egotistical. That's like Jesus having a dwarf in his fortress called Jesus. That wouldn't work. I am, of course, the de facto god of this fortress, aren't I? Sanctum. There we go. I'll spell it right. Yeah, I'll spell it like it is in this Twitch name. There we go. Oh, good. No one tell him it's in alphabetical order. You swines. Jesus would totally have a dwarf in his fortress, but you reckon Jesus would do that? I don't think he was supposed to be that egotistical. I'm not even entirely convinced he is a specific single person and not an agglomeration of stories about various holy men of the type of which there were an abundance at the period. But, you know, I mean, takes all sorts, whatever you want to think. Managers are destined to be a vampire someday. You reckon? You reckon he's going to get the kiss? The embrace, as they called it in the old White Wolf system. Elate didn't say they wanted a dwarf, but I'm going to give Elate a dwarf nonetheless. And due to your marine studies, let's have a little look and see if we can get anyone with a little bit of fish dissection. Who's our greatest fish dissector? Nobody in the fortress is good at it. Lots of people do it. Nobody's acquired any skill. Is there anything else that has a certain... How about fish cleaning? Meh. We've got one person with level 3 fish cleaning. I suppose that could be applied to the creatures in your care, maybe? Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Set nickname. There we go. Elite. Bosh, you're in. Kind of a forced insertion, but there we go. No good at fish dissection either. So many tubes the same colour. I imagine, yeah. Mind you, that's true for almost all animals, right? You don't really get... It's not like wiring a plug with the coloured wires. I mean, you pretty much... To figure out what it does, you have to cut it open, don't you? Now this little pipe here, let's find out. Oh no, it's full of poo! And, you know, you might do it on somewhere else and suddenly fish blood everywhere. Fish blood! So anyway, let's come down here. Ostap, I could get to burning wood to upset the elves, Ostap. That's not the worst idea. That's not the worst idea. We're going to need one anyway for making soap, aren't we? I think we are. Yeah. Anyway, enough of this dilly-dallying here. I think everyone who wanted one has a nickname. If you haven't, at me, and I'll get round to it in a mo. So, right, we still haven't unpaused, and I've been going for 42 minutes. Excellent. We've done our military stuff, though. That's good. They're going to be on the train. We have to make sure our vampire goes into his thing. So, let's look... What was his name again? Kogan Nanirber. Kogan Nanirber. Okay, so let's go. Is it S for the military screen? It is. The oceanic ropes. B. I am going to say move. I'm going to put them right there. And then we're going to unpause the game. And when we see someone furtively shuffling about outside the door... Well, who's this furtive shuffler? He looks human. Where's our dwarven vampire? Okay, let's unlock one of these doors. L, permit passage. Good. He's in! That must be the vampire. Intriguing. L, forbid passage. There we go. Ah! That almost sounded like an impersonation of... what's his face? Oh, you know, Archangel Gabriel from that series of films about the angels. And the first one had the guy who was going to be Marty McFly instead of Michael J. Fox. Fuck, how can I not remember anybody's name? Oh! Come on! I can't do his impression. He's in Seven Psychopaths. He's in loads of stuff. It's his fucking name. Do the YouTube viewers not get a dwarf? Tidy. One of the YouTube viewers did leave a comment. Johnny5, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to go into the therapist now, and I'm going to select a dwarf. We're going to say this one here. Muffcat, the farmer, is now Johnny5. I know it wasn't your intention, Tidy, but thank you for reminding me. Johnny5, who, by all accounts, is alive and needs more input. There's an 80s reference to a film with some very questionable characterization. Oh my god. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Ooh, that's an interesting accent you've chosen to use for the character. Where were we? Let's have another quick look at chat. Oh, everyone's saying hello. Hello, Johnny5. How you doing? Not that I mean to talk to you like a child. That's very rude of me. Sorry. Anyway, we've got our vampire in his little chamber there. So, I know Rando didn't actually... He might have said it in chat, but he's going to want a miner, isn't he? Sorry, Rando. Let me just get a miner ready, and then we'll give him your name. Oh, no! Both the miners have been taken. Tidy and Claycree have claimed them. I don't think they directly claimed them. I think they may have just accidentally ended up with the miners. Maybe I'll just have to take some poor fella out of the peanut gallery, stick a pick in their hand. Let's choose... How do we have no peasants? Oh, hang on. We do have a peasant right here. Mistem is Rando303. RANDO303. There we go. Soon to be replaced by Rando304 after the first mining accident. Anyway, there we go. That's all the names sorted, I think. I think we're good. Whew. Could you please say Claycree? Not say Claycree has claimed a miner. I do apologise, Claycree. I will try to avoid any implications of such nefarious activities. I would not want to cast you in the same light as Sir Jimmy Savile, Knight of the Catholic Church. Just to emphasise how he was treated when he was alive. You know, when he died, he was paraded through the streets of his hometown in a golden coffin. I mean, fucking hell. Anyway, enough talking about celebrity paedophiles. Let's move on to doing something more important, which is finishing off our stack of rooms. That's good, right? We can put some bedrooms in, and we can maybe assign our masons to our workshops. Build bed. Let's pop a bed there, right in front of the door, so if anyone comes in, they just see you there snoozing. Or doing whatever else it is you happen to be doing in your bed. It's your private room. It's your sleeping quarters. Do what you want. We've got solid stone walls in this place. Nobody's gonna hear if you suddenly succumb. There we go. It was succumb. There were 2 syllables in that word. Let's go down another floor. Put some beds in these rooms. There we go. Delightful. And more beds. There we go. And more beds. How many of these fucking things have we got? Quite a few. It looks like my carpenter's actually been picking up the pace. I remember I was complaining about them at the end of last session, thinking they weren't quite making enough beds, but they're doing okay. Doors, however, still very much an issue. Very much indeed. Okay. Back to the surface, and we're going to unpause after 47 minutes of recording. Isn't this lovely, YouTube? I bet you're so glad you didn't skip through. Or maybe you did. Maybe you're sitting there going, yes, nailed it. Got it first try. There's probably a comment in the chat right now. I doubt there's a comment under the YouTube video. But you know when you see a video that's got a comment immediately under it that says, skip to this part in the video for the bit you actually want. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes you think, oh man, let them do their plug. Let them do their plug. Anyway, the dwarves are all moving around. Everything's coming along nicely. It's good. Hopefully our military will start training a bit more aggressively. Although I might need to up the numbers required. I don't really know exactly how the whole military training thing works. They may not be doing it optimally. But for now, there's not much we can do about it. Who's this fella sleeping in here? What's all this about? Polar bear? How has a polar bear got into my fortress as a monster slayer? What is this? His dark materials? Stasbo Scarplum? Sure. Thane Dipspear, or Thene Dipspear, the polar bear. Surely that's a polar bear man. It's got to be a polar bear man, right? Let's have a look at his V. No. No, that's his inventory. G for general. Fuck's sake. Z? There we go. I need some more excitement in my life. Oh, okay, he's a polar bear pike man. Okay. Of course, that phrase could even be misconstrued to make you imagine a man who is part man, part bear, part fish. because a pike is a predatory fish. Don't know why, I used to really be interested in pikes as a kid. I used to want to go pike fishing until my dad actually showed me some pike fishing and I went, that thing's fucking terrifying. It can stay in the water. Apparently they don't even taste very nice, which is a tragedy, really. Okay, back out. Let's get things unpaused again. Things have got to happen. My military have to train. I need to check my orders, actually. Let's see what kinds of things we've got on. Ooh. Rock doors, granite blocks, and rock cabinets. Okay. I think we might need to put another order in for beds, because we've got like 70 plus dwarves in the fortress, and I'm pretty sure I have not put 70 plus beds down. I mean, maybe I should just order up, like, the population cap of the fortress in beds. If I order 250 beds, including the beds we've already got, that kind of means we've got enough for everybody to sleep in the fortress and to have a hotel / tavern, which I suppose would be an inn, really, wouldn't it? Let's put an order in for beds. Beds. And how many do I want? I'm going to order 200 fucking beds. No, 250, like I said, because we are going deep into the sleep. That's what we're here for. Snoozing dwarves. Little beards with Zs wafting out of them. My hand there representing the Zs, and my beard representing the beards. Okay, so that's an order we put in. That is good. Let's think about this. If we go down to the masons. Na, 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 na. What we could do is set our 2 masons going, apply them to these workshops, make them the only people able to use them, and then give them these bedrooms. Seems like a plan. So who is my mason? I'm going to quickly step over to Dwarf Therapist. Oh, look at my face light up. Stray yak calf has been slaughtered. Oh yeah, we had too many grazing creatures. Too many things eating all the grass. I have to say, there is a caveat to the elf hate. I haven't got such a problem with Christmas elves, because I consider them gnomes, in truth, merely sullied with the name elf. So that's just to be clear. Apart from the film elf, which can go fuck itself. There we go. Where was I? Yes, I was looking for my masons. So we're going to sort by nothing, sort by mining, mason skill rather, not mining skill. There wouldn't be much point doing that. And we have 2. We've got Fuzzy Logic, our best mason, Fuzzy Logic, best mason, high master mason, and Techhood, a novice mason, which is fine. That's fine. Let's get Fuzzy into this workshop here. So workshop profile. Search FU. There he is. Straight up. Bang. Fuzzy Logic. You're in. And then this one here, I need to alt tab back into Dwarf Therapist. Techhood. Techhood. T-E-K-K. Hey, there we go. Bingo. And this room over here, we'll make into a bedroom. We will assign it to Techhood. Where is Techhood? We'll do the search again. Why not? T-E-K-K. Techhood the Mason. And then over here, of course, this is the bed for Fuzzy. They call him Fuzzy Logic. Assign bed. Search FU. And there we go. He's the only one in the fortress with the initial letters FU in his name. Very cool. Very James Dean. The one with the motorbike. Not that one. I suppose he could have a motorbike and I wouldn't know. Alright, we've got our masons sorted. Fantastic. Let's go down a floor. And we need to look at our mechanic and our gem cutter. Okay. Before we do that, though, how long have I been recording for? 54 minutes. Elf is the best Christmas film. No, Gremlins is the best Christmas film. Come on. Tidy. Tidy. You've behaved so well up until now. Don't make me have to do something. That would be terrible. Anyway, where were we? No, you're allowed to like Elf, don't worry. You're allowed to like the film Elf. As long as you don't watch Lord of the Rings and sit there going, whoa, Galadriel, whoa, look at her, whoa, I love her. Or Elrond, whoa, go on, tell me how much humanity stinks. Tell me it's like a cancer. Because that's not the case. I know it's not the case. Where were we? We were looking at here, thinking about our jeweller and our mechanic. Okay, well, I'm going to go and check out who my jeweller is in Dwarf Therapist. I'll leave you lads here looking at this room because God knows it's less eye-watering than the blinding white of Dwarf Therapist. So, jeweller. Who's my gem cutter? Gem cutter. I don't have a gem cutter, but I do have 2 gem setters. Guy Incognito and Sodel Rigovathatum. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to make Guy Incognito our gem lord. And Bosch, there he goes. What I should do also is remove all of these workshop dwarves' hauling skills. That seems like a good idea. So, Guy Incognito, this is your workshop here. P-S-G-U-Y, there he is, in he goes. And then this is your bed, although we don't have a door for the bedroom, meaning things... No, that's fine, we'll just do that and put a door on it later. A sign bed, and of course it's got to go to Guy Incognito. Bingo. Ah, Guy and NATO are married. Ah, that's lovely. The adorable little dwarves. Bumping their uglies under their beards. Ooh, run your finger through my pubis. Ah! Why don't I catch these things before I say them? I mean... half the audience, well, more than half, significantly more than half, just sort of had a twinge of cringe shoot down their spines. And some of them have begun to behave in an appalling manner that I cannot endorse. Although, obviously, for the sake of not being hypocritical, I also cannot condemn. Mechanics Workshop. Yes, that's a good change of subject. Let's go and look at the mechanics. Who's our best mechanic? Tell you what, squint your eyes. You know what's coming. Are you ready? Brace yourselves for the bright white lights. There we go. Yes. Yes, Agent Smith. That's right. Agent Smith. Elrond Smith. I reckon they should have done The Matrix. Like not the people who made the film The Matrix, but the machines should have made The Matrix like a fantasy setting. Because, you know, if they don't give the people even the concept of computers and phones, it's going to be harder for them to get constructs of like and think about what they even are facing. Mind you, I suppose at that point, it's just all magic, isn't it? Anyway, enough nonsense. Let's have a little look at this little pile of people here for a mechanic. Where's the mechanic skill? I am absolutely busting for a wee. I'm going to have to go in a minute. There's our mechanic skills. 3 and 2. Then nobody's particularly good at it, but we're going to take Kilob or Silob Idanudist. Oh, Silob, I say. You are going to be that, not a pump operator. Oh, wait a minute. Holy shit, they're also a carpenter, but only talented. Have we not got a better carpenter? We've got a way better carpenter. No more carpentry for you, sir. Please put down your lathe and your... Put down your lathe? If you pick up a lathe, he's doing pretty well. I meant put down your plane and your chisel. No longer will you be tapping at these cabinets. Actually, not making any cabinets, are we? We're making beds. No longer will you be tapping at these beds. Right, let's go and put Kilob in this workshop. P-S-K-I-L... No. Hello? Let me check that again. It's spelled... Oh, C-I-L. Jesus Christ. Silob Idanudist, the carpenter. Not for much longer. Birds won't be suddenly appearing every time you're near. Damn, that was a bad joke. You can tell I'm a dad, can't you? You can just feel those dad juices flowing when I tell a joke like that. Let's put Silob in there again. Silob the nudist. Married to Momaz, the planter. Lovely. Such sweet dwarven relationships. Then, of course, we've got our soap making level, which, of course, is completely... What? Ooh, someone's been possessed. A ranger. I want to be a New York Ranger. I want to live a life of danger. A little bit of music for you there. Name the band for Thumbs Up. No prizes. No prizes, you understand. From what I've heard of, some people that are born into wealth, Ostap, humans do act without humbleness. I know wealth isn't the same as genetics, so I guess we'd need some anecdotal stories from people that are or know very beautiful people to see how different they act based on looks alone to better answer that question. There's been some talk in chat that I have not been privy to, so I may not interject in that too deeply. Although, having said that, interesting documentary. I can't remember the name exactly, but it's out there if you want to find it. There's a site called topdocumentaries.com, which has got loads of links to YouTube videos and stuff. But the premise of the documentary is it follows children of the ultra wealthy and sort of, well, it's made by the heir to the Johnson & Johnson fortune. And he basically goes around talking to all these other rich kids, talking to them about what it's like to be rich, how is it different, that kind of thing, and whether or not being rich is a good thing or a bad thing. And it's quite eye-opening because, like, everybody he talks to is like, oh no, we don't talk about money. Oh no, don't talk about money. And he's like, but why can't we talk about money? Because we all are very, very wealthy. And it's interesting documentary, interesting take on the whole thing. It's actually got an interview with what's her name? Trump's daughter, who's doing all the White House stuff. Nepotina, is that her name? No. I can't remember. But anyway, she's in it. So yes, where was I? I was getting confused. I was doing something and I got wildly wrenched away by a mood. Let's follow the dwarf, and as soon as they get working on the construction, I'm going to go to the loo. So let's unpause this. Oh, hang on. Let's press F to follow first, and then unpause. There we go. He's gone straight for a crafts dwarf workshop. That's good. And he's off out and about. He's actually doing stuff. He's not sitting there muttering about his missing ingredients. So off for some bones first, I presume. Possibly leather. We'll see, though. Leather and bones, all right as decorative items. Maybe occasionally as an actual construction item, but personally I want him to go for something a bit more. Oh shit, he's sitting there having a bit of a think about it. Shining gems, tree life, leather skin, bones, yes, gems, shining. Well, we must have some gems. I just need to cut some. Let's go down and order some cut gems. Jeweler's workshop, there we go. Bingo. Add a new task. I would like you to cut, what we got? Red zircon? Sure. Cut a red zircon up. Pink tourmaline. Do a fire opal. That's very fancy stuff. Bit of amethyst? Sure. And a bit of red spinel. Why not? Let's get all that done. In fact, for all of these, I would like you to repeat the order till we run out of the raw materials. And the other thing he wanted was wood. But I think we're okay for wood. Yeah, we're fine for wood. No need to panic about wood, sir. We've got wood for days. We've got wood like a gay pornography. Like a gay pornography. That's because that's what they call it. Excuse me, my good sir. Could you please supply me with a gay pornography? I need a jollywhack. Because it's that kind of gay. It's the old-fashioned kind of gay. Ah, you didn't see that wordplay coming, did you? Ha-ha! What was that joke? That was a bit weird. Ah, come on, guys. Get that thing cut. We want some lovely gemstones cut. Is anyone doing their work? There appears to be someone with a baby in the workshop. I'm thinking if we sit here long enough, we will see Moody Boy come down and pluck a gem from there. Oh, and here he comes. I called it. I went and bloody called it. He's gone back out of his workshop again. So presumably he's gone to get wood. I don't know why he needs to go anywhere to do that. Come on, bring it back. Here he comes. He's got wood. Lovely. And then I'm guessing... Oh, we've got a polar bear man pikeman dehydrated. Okay. I don't know what's causing that. We have a river. You could go and get a drink there. Although I haven't said it was a good place for collecting water, have I? He's begun the construction. Fantata Manata. Right, well that makes a perfect moment for me to go to the loo. So if you bear with me 1 second, like some kind of maniac, I'm going to unpause the game, run off for a quick wee-wee, and I'll be right back. But first, let me just check what's going on in chat. We've got a little bit of a hee-hee, a bit of a ha-ha there. That's interesting. Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Probably correct. If you have DF hack, you can set gems to be cut. Oh, well, thank you very much for following there, Deg42117. Hey, I got the number right. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. If you have DF hack, you can set gems to be cut automatically. Go to your orders, workshop orders, auto cut gems. Okay. You might need to remind me of that. If that's gone off the top of the screen by the time I come back, let me know. How would one rate the influence of elves as cancerous filth spreading across the world? Disgusting. Elves. You can stick elves up your arse because they're definitely not going up mine. Anyway, enough of this. Don't mute the mic. That's a very good point. Thank you for pointing that out, Claycree. I will actually mute the mic because my toilet is on the ground floor, literally only a door away, so even with a crack in the door you would hear the mighty yellow river flowing, and I reckon most of the audience don't want that. I mean, sure, you're deviant enough to have ended up here listening to this and watching me, but I don't think all of you are that deviant, are you? No. I'll be back in a moment, okay? Enjoy the swirler, and oh, it's paused. Has he finished it already? Oh, I'll unpause it. Enjoy yourselves. I'll be back in a moment. But not too much. Not too much. Oh, I didn't... Okay, well, I didn't mute the microphone, turns out. Hopefully. You didn't hear my grunting and pissing too clearly through the door. For fuck's sake. Where were we? Let's have a little look here. Elves may have early power in numbers and magic, but how far can they sustain past the constant wars? Oh, Master Nater, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Not seen your name in chat before. I think you're new. If I've missed anyone else new in chat as well whilst waffling on looking at this screen, I do apologise. Feel free to at me in the chat and say hello. It's quite all right. In fact, if you have stuff that isn't just a general talking to everybody kind of thing, and you're specifically asking me a question, it does make sense to at me, because I will see that more readily at the corner of my eye. So just to let you know, it's all good. Anyway, have I missed anyone else? Silver-tipped siege ballista. Ooh, sounds like a bit of a deadly weapon. The ballista turns out in many places is quite powerful. I've been watching, excuse me, a guy play Tabs, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and he's been finding great success with the ballista. So much so, in fact, that he's banned himself from using it regularly in videos, in battles. Bear with me. I've got all his emotes as well. You should check out Angori Tom. He's pretty good. Here we go. Bam. There we go. Look at that. Woo! A little bit of promotion there for a much bigger channel. Where were we? Let's keep going down here. You had to turn it up to hear me properly. Oh, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. Excuse me. Right, did I even unpause it? Probably didn't, did I? Let's check the alerts page and see what's happening. Oh, I didn't pause it for YouTube. I just went and did a piss while still recording. Oh well, we're going into extra time YouTube. It's going to be another one of those 3-hour videos. I do apologise. Not that I need to, because you don't actually watch them. So, it's all good, isn't it? Someone just shout for me. Nope. Okay, begun the mysterious construction. Okay, let's unpause and see what happens there. Hopefully it'll be something interesting. We've had a few interesting artifacts so far. In fact, maybe when the next one comes along, we'll have a little look at what we've got, because I can't remember the exact name of it, but that coffin was very nicely named. Very nicely named. Honestly, I wish I could draw like Krugsmash, and then who was it? Was it you, Elite? Did you draw the spear that time? We got that adamantine spear? I think it was you, wasn't it? That was amazing. When someone draws something from a Dwarf Fortress stream you've done and sends it in, like you're a TV program for kids, it's great. In fact, that kind of thing was the sort of thing I was most excited for about streaming when I started, naively, 6 years ago. And to this day, I feel like it's the only time it's ever happened. The Brother of Balls? Oh no, it's better than the Brother of Balls. Katem Thothnish, the Ranger, has created Othsunna, a yak-bone figurine of Lafo Mintwaters. He offers it to Cryptbeards. What is this? Lafo Mintwaters? That's a very suspicious-sounding name. Let's have a look what we've got here. Icalibetheth Heel-Cackled, a large cowbone helm. Now that's not one we've made, that's come in with someone in the fortress, along with this, the Tan Heart, the Steel Warhammer, that came in with someone in the fortress. The Lovely Pregnancy, our first item, a granite coffin. I believe that is reserved for use by Clay Cree. Speaking of which, we don't have a graveyard, which I think is going to be a big problem, because we've had corpse issues before. Maybe I should start thinking about that and set Clay Cree up his lovely tomb. Oh, hello, Takirosh. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. If I pronounced your name correctly there, I'm not sure. Beware the undead giant sponges. What can you do against an undead sponge? I mean, aside from sort of saturate it and maybe draw it across besmirched surfaces for cleansing properties, I don't know what you could do with it. I don't know. How does a sponge attack as well? Don't they just sort of like sit there and filter out very small plankton-y things from the water? I feel like a sponge, no matter how big, is going to have a hard time sort of sucking you through its pores. Actually, there are carnivorous sponges. This is why we want Elite in the stream all the time. What we need is there's a series of people who have expertises who come and go. Elite is the marine expert. We've got Buckshot Brigade, who seems to know absolutely fucking everything about guns. Have we got any other experts? Does anyone have a level of expertise in a field in chat? Let me know if you're an expert in something. I mean, obviously we're all like highly trained fuckologists, but you know, other academic fields I'm interested in. We've also got Locast Mishos, the Butcher of Beaches, a porcupine bone left gauntlet. Didn't make the pair, just one, which is a little bit disappointing. Also, porcupine bone, but no spines. I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have the spines on the gauntlets as a kind of extra level of weaponization, maybe. Schnicked. And here we go. Othosnunur Wilt Crevice. Interesting, suggestive, but not graphic. A yakbone figurine of Lafo Mintwaters. Let's have a little look at this bad boy. It's worth 28 grand, which is not insignificant. Have a little look. This is a yak bone figurine of Lafo Mintwaters. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. The item is a masterfully designed image of Lafo Mintwaters the elf and dwarves in yak bone by Katen Thotnish, who may soon be banished. The elf Lafo Mintwaters is speaking with the dwarves. The artwork relates to the impersonation of the elf Zon Paddledorn by the elf Lafo Mintwaters before the old mountain in the mid-spring of 168. It is encircled with bands of yak leather. This object is adorned with hanging rings of yak bone and menaces with spikes of red zircon and plumwood. Okay. So we've got a weirdo in the fortress who's decided to try and create some kind of monument cooperation between dwarves and elves. Disgusting. What is this filthy pervert doing in our fortress? We need to have this lad put in lava. Let's just check out who he is. Who is this piece of shit? Let's have a little look. Where's his name? Hang on. V. Let's check his name again. It was Katen Thotnish. Thothnish. Katen Thothnish. Okay. Katen Thothnish. Everybody brace your eyeballs for the searing white light of Dwarf Therapist. 3, 2, 1. Katen Thothnish. Where are you? Show yourself, you perverted elf lover. There he is. What do you do in the fortress? You're a ranger, are you? Oh, animal trainer. Oh, he loves animals. Oh, that's going to make him really sad when I make him watch me kill all those puppies. Let's put him on butcher duty and kill some puppies. It's the only real way to punish someone this depraved. In fact, will it punish him? I don't think so. I think someone with that much commitment to the loving of elves is probably going to be a bit turned on by the whole thing. Maybe we won't do it. Maybe we'll just keep an eye on him. Traitor Scum. There we go. I just renamed him there. Let's rename him. Traitor Scum. Now, if I search for Traitor Scum, there he is. So we'll know when he's mucking around. I don't know why I disabled all of his labours, actually. That doesn't make sense, does it? Now I've basically given him complete freedom from any kind of labour and basically no punishment. I could fit him up for all the crimes in the fort. That might be a good option. Maybe we'll get the Maybe we'll get the justice system rolling and have him incarcerated for everyone else's crimes. I mean, we've got a couple of vampires in the fortress, and one of them is a high-ranking political figure, so we are going to have to do at least some cover-ups. Yeah, I feel like he's a patsy from now on. Well, we'll keep an eye on him and make sure he's told off. Right, hang on. Actually, let's just put his... where is he? Traitor Scum. There he is. Let's put his hauling labours back on. There we go. Come on. Turn those labours back on. I was a bit hasty there. I don't know why I've turned the alchemy labour on. Maybe we should also... What have we got? What has he got here? What other skills has he got that we could turn on just to have him doing horrible jobs? Let's have a little look down here. Oh, hello, Buckshot Brigade. I just said your name but moments ago. Calling for the hanging, I see. Ooh, I don't know. I think hanging may well be too good for him. Ayland apparently is an expert in being lazy and watching YouTube and Twitch. Does that count? I think it counts for whatever I said it should count for before. I'm not entirely sure what I said. Oh man, I got to get more on the ball with chat. I've got to keep these eyeballs flicking backwards and forwards, otherwise I'm just going to end up going in front of Dwarf Fortress and then looking over here and going, oh, now I've got to catch up with 1,000 chats, and then no Dwarf Fortress gets played. It's just a load of old nonsense. Hello. Oh, Master Nater, we've already done that. We've already said hello to Master Nater. I'm doubling down. An expertly used trash can, I say. Yeah, exactly. I had bad feelings about the figurine, and it made sense. It made sense to have those bad feelings. Get the hammer on him. That's a good idea, Master. I do like that idea. But like I say, I'm going to have to actually set up an entire justice system just for his persecution. So bear with me. It may not happen immediately. What the fuck, Mr. Swerver? Jesus Christ. Come on. Keep up, lad. Where are we going? Down says... Tidy says, I think it's a testament to how stupid the elves really are. One elf pretended to be another elf, and we laughed at them for 900 years. That's an interesting take, Tidy. Am I mistakenly persecuting satire? Is he satirizing the elf? Is that what it's about? Is this a mocking piece? Is it there to belittle the elf subject? Maybe I got him all wrong. Maybe I'm acting a little bit Stalin-y. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too keen to upend the political... to be honest, let's face it, I'm not acting Stalin-y, and I'm literally talking about persecuting a race traitor. I'm acting a bit Hitler-y. Ooh. Ow. Feels bad when you put it like that. Doesn't sound anywhere near as glorious. Still, elves do need killing. So... I've backed myself into a corner, people. Help me! Help me! Where do I go from here? Shh. Don't wake the kids up. Let's do that. Let's put this back in. Let's ignore this elf for now. Oh fuck, I closed down Dwarf Therapist. Never mind. I'm going to have to go back to boot it back up again. Amazing. I mean, this stream, I don't think I could be more professional. I don't think anyone could be more professional. I think it's actually physically impossible to run a more professional stream than this. There we go. Let's get back out of here. I'm telling you, it's a cautionary tale, says Ayland. Oh, I see. I see. Ah, don't become like you're saying. Maybe isolate traitor scum in a newly built prison of some kind. Huh. That's, that they do, Master. You're right. That is a strange thing for someone to say. They do have cool beasts, guys, but it is actually true. It's one of those things that's actually true when you say it. It could be a satire, or even just a neutral record of the event. I'm with Master to figure it out. Okay. And a butcher with his animal lover traits. That's not a bad idea, actually. I'll stop. I've realised that they were responding. I've realised that Ayland was responding now to the call for experts. But of course, being an expert in sitting down watching YouTube and Twitch, that counts. You can be an expert in that. Twitchologist. A little look in his personality, says Master Nater. Okay, we are now holding the trial of Traitor Scum. All prepare your judgments. Is everyone ready? Here we go. Let's look for him. Traitor Scum. Is it Q or S to search? Q. Traitor Scum. There he is. Let's have a little peek at his mind. I shall name you Wilt Crevice. That was very satisfying. Okay, interesting. Satisfied after creating an artifact. Grouchy after dwelling upon being caught in the rain. Blah, blah, blah. Unable to pray to Pobo Waysol, the Guild of Pricing, for too long. He likes his praying, and he's a little bit moody about that. Sleeping without a proper room. Content dining in a legendary dining room. What, my penis-shaped dining room is now legendary, is it? Doesn't take much in this world. Satisfied after getting into an argument. Uh-oh. Euphoric due to inebriation. Interested in a fine door. I'm not sure. On one hand, you do have an area where you locked up the vampire. Then again, the dwarves might turn on each other without fair judgment. Ooh, that's a good point. We should check what his god is like, shouldn't we? Do we need to build a temple to actually look at the list of gods? He likes lead, grey and anvils. Let's have a little look. Chromite, lead, grey, chalcedony or chalcedony. clear glass, the colour eggplant. Sure. Spears, figurines, anvils, and the sound of the aqua diamonds. Where possible, he prefers to consume rainbow trout, beet plants, and persimmon wine. He absolutely detests brown recluse spiders. Who doesn't? He has a great sense of empathy, a great kinesthetic sense, and a way with words. Okay. Values... Oh, martial prowess. I thought that was marital prowess, which is an entirely different field of expertise. Deeply dislikes competition, finds romance distasteful. He realised a dream. He does not have feelings of emotional attachment and has never felt even a moment's connection with another being. Okay, he's a psychopath. He's not careful with resources when working on projects, often spends unnecessary effort. This gets pretty deep. I forgot there's page after page of shit for these lads. Okay. So what do we reckon? I tell you what. Okay, I'm going to run a poll. I've not done this before using the inbuilt Twitch tools, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to my stream dashboard and I'm going to run a poll on the channel. And the poll... Why has this not gone to my dashboard? Come on, Twitch. Let my link work. Come on. And the answer is going to be innocent or guilty. Okay, ready? Create a new poll. Question. Be he naughty boy? Question mark. Responses. Innocent. There we go. And guilty. There we go. Allow voting with bits. I don't think that's going to do much for the turnout. Subscriber votes count twice. Should that happen? Subscriber only? I'm not doing that. No, I think this needs to be fair and democratic. The poll is going to last 1 minute and we are starting the poll right now. I don't think I've ever done this before, so I don't know how this works. Has it appeared in chat? Hello, Vizek. Welcome to the stream. You join us in the middle of a judge and jury thing, but it's a trial. It's a sort of impromptu, out-of-game world meta trial in which we decide whether this guy made a statue of an elf because he is a disgusting lump of dwarven shit and needs killing because he loves elves, or if he just made it as a sort of, you know, a satire of elves, or maybe it's technically not a figurine and what he's done is he's made some kind of butt plug. Then again, is that cool? Is that I mean if you come from a culture where putting things up your bottom is an insult, sure, that's fine. But if your culture habitually puts things up their bottoms as a sign of respect, then that's not going to work, is it? Sorry, I tried to hum along to the music there and I've realised I started way too low, just because I coincidentally happened to be humming when it began. By the way, love this song. It's fantastic. Trial by combat, says Caruso. Oh my goodness. There's no link. Did it not appear? Okay. The poll... Oh, hang on. No, it ended. The poll ended. Be he naughty boy. 71% of the votes, of 5 votes, say innocent. Oh, okay. How many people in chat? 23. Fuck me. That's quite a few. Well, it was a low turnout, but he has received an innocent verdict from a jury of his superiors, because we couldn't possibly find a jury of his peers, because if it turns out he does love elves, then nobody is his peer. He's a disgusting sub-dwarven dwarf. Blech. Blech. Anyway, sorry, let me just catch up here. Tidy says, check his relationships for info about his god. Oh, hello. Second round of questioning. Okay. First round points towards innocence, but Elite and a few others. Sorry, Tidy. They want to see what's going on here. They want a little bit more. We're having a trial. Excuse me. Let's find his relationships. Oh, here we go. Okay. Got a fisher dwarf for a wife. Children are dwarves. Makes sense. Mum and dad seem to be dwarves. Dishmab, Cadol, Erith, Stukos, Lukum, Erith, Mesthos, Minkot, Melbil, Starvesh, Law, Zuntir, Zuglar. Aunt, cousins, uncles. Okay, let's look for friends. Deity. Here we go. Pobe Akapat Ra. What the fuck is this thing called? Pobe Ukaptaram Hibor Oba. Okay. Can I view this deity? Pobe Waysol, the Guild of Pricing, is a deity of the Taupe Confederation. Pobe most often takes the form of a male human and is associated with travellers. Do you want to buy a dog? Let's have a look here. Kadol Asen Urdim Utost Sarek. Let's have a little look at this god. Kadol Gravel Towers, the Aquamarine of Echoing, is a deity of the Old Mountain. Kadol most often takes the form of a female dwarf and is associated with caverns and mountains. How about Lamar? Ooh. Lamar is a deity of the Old Mountain. Lamar most often takes the form of a female dwarf and is associated with wealth. Interesting. We've got Kikros Usenustuth. They are presumably dwarven, they sound it. Kikrost Help Fences is a deity of the Old Mountain. Kikrost most often takes the form of a female dwarf and is associated with fortresses. It seems that we have a very female pantheon. Bogard Dralalkovath. Okay, let's have a look at Bogard. Bogard the Honourable Bushel is a deity of the Old Mountain. Bogard most often takes the form of a male dwarf and is associated with hospitality. Well, there you go. Onget Utosthezephon. Let's have a little look at this fella. Onget the Aquamarine Fountains is a deity of the Old Mountain. Onget most often takes the form of a male dwarf and is associated with volcanoes, fire, metals, and minerals, and is getting a temple. You're going right on top of the volcano, sir. Onget. Remember Onget, everybody. He's getting special stuff. Zathethras? Okay, let's have a little look at Zathethras. The Crystalline Periwinkle is a deity of the Old Mountain. The Crystalline Periwinkle most often takes the form of a male dwarf and is associated with jewels. Very nice. Now, Sesnumesnusngoslalaumo, the object of worship. God damn it, these names. Let's have a little look. V. Huh. Not viewable. What? Okay, he's got an apprentice, a former master, Asu Teddofel. Can't view them either. Passing acquaintances. All very good. I'm not seeing any elven names in there. It's cool. It's cool. So now with this further information, are there any further lines of inquiry we need to actually attend to first? I'll just check in the chat. How many eyes are there in innocent? Only one. Aren't there? Can you spell innocent backwards? Hello, Amenophiz. Welcome to the stream again. Again? I think again. Don't worry about missing the link for this thing. It appears at the top of the chat on the screen, so don't worry. You'll get a second chance, because that first round, we may not have had all the evidence in. So, there we go. He's a fucking elf in disguise. Says what now? Who? What? Dwarves don't travel to other races. They can barely stand the sun outside of their fortress. That's true. And he is all about those female dwarf deities. He's got quite the worship of the feminine form, as you do. Toadie's working on a villains update. That's true. I'm looking forward to that. Last I checked, this is done in the update and is making the other modes work with it. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure Toadie's actually doing a lot of stuff on the Steam version. I believe he's handed the Steam stuff off to Kitfox and I think they're responsible for the sort of like the tar up and stuff that's happening, the little graphical overhaul in that. I could be wrong though. I was going to suggest somebody to actually ask, but there's a mod on the Dwarf Fortress subreddit. I don't think they'd appreciate me sending people to them personally. Check out the subreddit, it's all good. By the way, if any of you did happen to find your way here via the subreddit and you're enjoying yourselves, I'd quite like an upvote. That would be handy. Might get a few more feet in here. Not that the feet are the important thing. Eyeballs are the important things. We want eyeballs and ears. Eyeballs and ear holes. Only bits I'm interested in. Excuse me. Keep checking down here. Tnekoni. That is correct. That is innocent backwards. Well done, Tidy. He worships dwarves and knows no elves. Good enough for Elite. He also worships a deity that appears as a human. That's true. Humans are halfway to being elves from if you start as a dwarf. Well, I'll leave it up to the democracy of chat. We're going to have another little look at the poll thing. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to view the results of the old poll. Innocent 71%, guilty 29%. Okay, we're setting up the next poll again. New poll. Question. Innocent or guilty of elven sympathizing? There we go. I spelt that wrong. I've spelt sympathizing. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to do innocent or guilty. There we go. We're not going to make it subscriber votes count for twice. We're not going to make it subscriber only. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to respond. Are we ready? Here comes the poll. Watch out for it at the top of chat. I believe that's where it manifests. It's a little drop-down menu. Oh, I can vote. I am going to vote for... I'm not going to vote. I'm going to abstain. That sounds like making a choice. I've got to keep all of my voting energy for the general election that's coming up because, frankly, I'm going to need it to motivate me to put my mark for any of those fucks. Oh, got to pick one, though. Got to choose. Where were we? Keep going down there. Dwarvish reason. Getting behind bars. Double jeopardy. Oh, that's true. This is the second time he's been accused. Apparently Meth is working on the tile set. I thought Kit was supposed to be behind the art sound of it, not the actual game. Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe that's just done it. Tidy's already voted by post. Way ahead of the curve. Way ahead of the curve. Very good of you. Well done.
You have discharged your democratic duties. Well done.
Okay, so while we sit here, let's have a little look through this list of people he knows. He seems to know everybody in the fortress. What does object of worship mean? Sesnumesnus Ngolslamo. Never seen that one before. Is it one of my items? No, it's not. Interesting. Anyway, how long have we got till the poll finishes? I think everyone who wants to vote probably has already. We've had 10 votes, which is already double the democracy of last time. We've actually doubled democracy. Can you smell that freedom? Oh, it reeks. It's good though. It's good. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Has it finished yet? I maybe shouldn't have given us 3 minutes to do this. It's alright, we'll come back to it. Let me have a look around here while we're mucking around. The object of worship could be a mega beast. Oh my goodness. The last poll had 7 votes. Oh, it did, didn't it? Oh no, we've had a lesser turnout. Oh no, we haven't. We've got 10. It's 3 more people have voted. Maths. It's not my strong suit. Kit Fox is just publishing. I think Kit Fox hired Meth and Mike Mayday for graphics, so sound is another resource for Kit Fox probably. Ooh, Master Nater, very strong opinions. He's definitely got his mind made up on the subject, but it looks like he's going to walk. It looks like this dwarf is going to walk and may even lose his name, Traitor Scum. I might have to reset his name to something like, I don't know, Exonerated Dwarf. Exono Boy. The boy who did not get convicted. Harry Potter. Actually, no, Harry Potter did get convicted, didn't he? He was actually sentenced to go to Azkaban. Or am I misremembering? It doesn't really matter, does it? It's not that important. Ah, the poll ended. Here we go. So, innocent, 60% of the votes. 6 votes. Guilty, 40% of the votes. I'm pretty sure you can do the maths on that one for yourself. So, innocent. The boy is innocent. Off to the world of the free. Let's go back to your therapist and change his name again, because otherwise, brace your eyeballs. Brace your eyeballs, everybody. It's going to go bright white. Here it comes. That's not a hung jury. Not in the way I do justice. I do slapdash, frontier justice. Where's he gone? Where's our traitor there? Traitor scum. There he is. Set nickname to exonerated. There we go. You've been freed of your accusations. But we are keeping an eye on you because you do have to have a somewhat of a frisky sense of what is decent and what is not when it comes to elves to do that kind of thing. So we'll see how it goes. Cool. Nighty night, Ayland. You sleep tight. You have a good eyeball closing session. Well, it's not really a closing session, is it? I suppose an eyeball closing session would necessitate an eyeball opening session as well. So you'd kind of need to do a blinking session or a winking session, an asynchronous winking session. Also, you don't really close your eyeballs, do you? It's your eyelids that close, covering your eyeballs, unless you've got some sort of weird nictitating membrane that is actually your corneas. I don't know. I'm not a fucking optometrist. It's not my job. I shouldn't know these things. I don't need to know them. Okay, Ayland's out. Nighty night. You have a good one. And we'll get back to a bit of Dwarf Fortress. How long have we been going for? 1 hour and 41 minutes. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is take a break shortly, but before I do that, we need to get some actual fortressing done, because otherwise this has been an absolute shit show shambles. Whoa! Someone's been found drained of blood. Holy shit. The guy who went in there isn't the fucking vampire. Oh, it's a problem. It's a problem. Thank God it wasn't one of the dwarf fort actual citizens and it was a human instead. Well, we almost certainly need to get started on that graveyard, don't we? So I better get cracking on laying that out, and then once we've done that, we need to find this vampire and get him locked in that room, because this is a dangerous situation for our little fellas. It's a very dangerous situation. So, first things first, where are we going to put this graveyard? I'm thinking we'll put the graveyard. I'm going to extend this tunnel at the top here, this walkway. There we go. We got that. Oh, settle down there. Settle down there. There we go. Make a nice 3-wide tunnel. Put some doors on it there. Build that out. Pad it out a bit. There we go. And then once we've done that, I'm going to make a little bit like that. Bit like that. There we go. Another couple of doors. And from here to here. Yeah, that's cool. That can be the initial stage of our thing. We are going to put Claycree's tomb. Do I nip it in this little bit? No, that's no good. I'm going to put Claycree's tomb here next to the exit. And we're going to make it fairly big. Look like that. And like that. And then we'll put the tomb at the top and then a couple of statues either side or something. Maybe even a door on the thing. Yeah, let's move it 1 square back. And then we'll put a door on it as well. There we go. So that's going to be Claycree's tomb. What else do we want to do? I want to leave some space for extensions. I'll put a few tombs in. I'll put a few little extra tombs. Oh, for Christ's sake. There we go. Put a few tombs in there. Good. Lovely. Can I put some tombs on this side as well? Is there room for such extravagance? Of course there is, scoundrel. Come on, there's always room for such extravagance. go. Am I spacing these correctly? I'm doing a surprisingly good job of spacing them, actually. Not this one, though. That one's too far over. Not that there's room for one anyway, so we'll get rid of that. That'll do for now. We can expand out this way, maybe put some extra rooms in, but this will be the general pleb burial zone, and this will be for important people, or people who've built their own legendary coffins. They get the right to go in there. So, that's going to get dug. Open that up to be digging. And back up to the surface to think about how we get old Vampy Pants in this room. What can I do? What can I do to get him up there? Let's have a quick reference of chat. Do we know who the vampire is yet? We do. We do know who the vampire is. We've got 2 vampires in the fortress, in fact. And because I'm using Dwarf Therapist with that setting turned on, I just know who the vampires and the weird creatures are straight away. I can't, in this particular run through, one day I will play and I will turn that off and we will have a mystery about who the vampires are. But in this particular playthrough, I don't want to do that, because this is a Parallel Worlds playthrough. The Embark files are available should you wish to join in, and if you're interested, at the end of it I'm going to collect up some of the fortresses and have a look through them and see how people did. But what I'm not doing is applying any rules. You can do whatever you want with the fortress. As long as you use that Embark, you can cheat in stuff. I don't know if that's even possible. You can fiddle with your dwarf stats. You can change whatever you like about it. But do make a note of it so I know what you've done. Because otherwise, I wouldn't know what's happened. I can't even comment on it. So if you're interested in joining in, feel free. I was going to do a Reddit post on the subreddit, but I've been very lazy about that. I was supposed to do that in November, and I still haven't done it, and we're 3 days now into December, so it's getting a little bit hairy. Although if anyone's got any ideas for what I should post, a little mention in the Discord would go quite well. Feel free to join us in there. Like I say, we have a Cryptbeards room in there for talking about Dwarf Fortress, but it's very leaky. It's very leaky. Dwarf Fortress does kind of end up all over my Discord. There's no real escaping it. So if you don't like Dwarf Fortress, number 1, stay away from the Discord. And number 2, what are you doing here? You excused, Ostap. You excused, of course. We know you don't really like Dwarf Fortress, but you're here anyway, as a sign of moral support, which is good. Morale support or moral support? How do you give someone moral support? I mean, essentially the only thing you can do is like say, I don't think you should do that, or I think you should do that. Really? Okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding the context of the use of the word moral there. The vampire is free now and knows that someone is close by. We'll get him in there. We'll lock him up soon. Yeah, well, the thing is, what I did, the reason that guy ended up in there is because I looked up Indoor Therapist and thought, oh, what I'll do is I'll just assign him into a military squad, station that military squad in the room over here, where our vampire mayor currently resides, and then once he's in there, we'll lock him in. But of course, that human maceman decided that it was a good idea to go and stand by the door like a dick and make me think that he was the guy. And when he went in there, he obviously got his blood sucked up, which is problematic to say the least. I'm just going to go to therapist quickly and have a check. I mean, we've given him a nickname, Schmeliork, and what? Oh my god, brace your eyeballs, we're going over to a therapist, because the last time I refreshed this Dwarf Therapist, look, that icon there, I'm getting a pop-up that you can't see. It says current job, drinking blood. So the actual, he's a recruit, but where is he? We've got to find him. How do we find Schmeliork when he's under an assumed name? Okay, let's get back to the squad screen. The oceanic ropes are stationed there, but he doesn't seem to be going in. What do we do? How do we get him in that room? Sorry, I've left you on therapist, haven't I? How rude. How very, very rude. Yeah, Vizek, it's in the options. Just have a look through the options, and there's this thing that says you can highlight all the curses. So they get like you can set the colour, but by default it's purple, and you get a little purple highlight on the names of all your weird creatures and vampires. And isn't that useful? Isn't that useful? It'd be easier to do it with burrows. What's... Oh! Burrows! Yes, burrows. I haven't really given so much attention to burrows this session, have I? I don't even have an alarm burrow to get everyone to run into when we inevitably get attacked. Shit, we haven't put any traps down either. That's a very good point. Before we do anything else, remind me what I was doing, because I've already forgotten. We're going to place some cage traps, just to make this place a little teeny weeny bit safer. Just a teeny weeny bit safer. There we go. This should stop a few gobbos getting into the fort. Maybe some elves. Oh, everybody take a moment, close your eyes. Remember the moment when we had that elf caught in the little trap full of silver hammers and he was dealt, excuse me, a gelding blow. That's right. That's right. He was unmanned by the silver hammers. Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer came down upon his balls. If only McCartney had written it that way. Was it a Paul McCartney song? I don't know. I went for the space bar. Oh, of course, it's the civilization screen. Okay, yeah, we've seen that before. I know what that is. Come on, how could I not? Ha ha ha. We haven't even put any doors. Oh, we've got the drawbridge though. That's all good. We've got the drawbridge. We're fine. Nobody panic. Oh, you do panic. There's a vampire. Right, so burrows. Burrows, burrows, burrows. Is that W? Yes, it is. W. Fantastic. I should have been more confident and just pressed it. Add a new burrow. Yes, please. Define this burrow. Bingo. Go. Let's name the burrow. Vamplant. There we go. That'll do. And then we go back and then add citizens to burrow. Oh fuck! We don't know the name he's going under. Unless Dwarf Therapist tells us that. Bear with me a second. I'm just going to check. Does it give me his alias? Schmeliork Tome Splains, 151 years old, Captain of the Guard, Mayor. No, it doesn't show his real name. Although he's the Captain of the Guard, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure out who he is from that. Back, N, Captain of the Guard. Well, great. We'll go to the military screen. We should be able to see... Apparently he's no longer going under his pseudonym. So maybe we could just look him up like that. W... is it C? Add citizens to burrow. Search. S. H. M. There he is. Suddenly he's dropped his pseudonym. Maybe he got caught sucking the blood out of that other lad. Oh no, it wasn't him, was it? It was the mayor who did that. Right, we've added him to the burrow. There we go. Let's go back. Back. And then briefly we'll unlock these doors. That's the wrong button, scoundrel. There we go. Good. Now we wait for him to go in, and we'll hope the mayor stays inside his little burrow. There we go. Is that him? Oh, look at that. They've gone straight over to each other for a little chitty chat. Isn't that nice? No, that's Kogan the Lasher. Schmeliork. Wait, what? How? Well then where's the vampire mayor? How did we already have him in there? Hang on a minute, this is getting very confusing. Very confusing indeed. Oh no, Kogan Nanibur is the other vampire. Holy shot. I was looking at the wrong vampire all along. Well, at least they're both in there now, with a corpse. But that's okay. I'm pretty sure we can deal with a corpse. Speaking of which, graveyard. Graveyard. Let's put an order in for some coffins. JMQ coffin. There we go. Rock coffins, please. Let's order 50, because dwarves do tend to die in big tranches. Tranches? Tranches.
Tranches.
Okay, they're digging that out. Hopefully some coffins will have been finished by the time it's dug out. Look at them go, though. They're mincing through that granite like nobody's business. Buckshot Brigade says, I say we execute the vampires. That's an interesting position there, Buckshot. I mean, if you can rouse up the rabble, if you can get the crowd behind you on this one, then I will succumb to popular pressure. I mean, I was thinking having them in there just training up as military, but when has that ever worked for me? Never. My vampire militaries have never panned out quite as I'd hoped. But maybe that's because I sit here waffling on for too long and not really actually doing anything in the game. Maybe, just maybe. Just maybe. Come on, dig out Claycree's... There we go. Let's put a door on this bad boy. We should have a few by now, right? Not as many as I would like, to be honest. There we go. Door there. Door there. Can I put coffins in yet? Burial receptacle. Let's put Claycree's in straight away. We've got one granite coffin, although I think what I need to do is expand. Avalmarir, is that the one? Wait a minute. Okay, back out, back out. Let's go and look at our... Oh yeah, Avalmarir, the lovely pregnancy. Okay, that's the one then. Build and burial receptacle. Bosch, Avalmarir, there we go. That goes in there. Once it's placed, we will be able to make that a tomb. We've got two coffins here, ready to go. Ready and raring to go. Excuse me. Somehow got an eyelash between my teeth. Very frustrating. Right, come on. Get that coffin in there. There goes the lovely pregnancy. And the door. Bonk. Make a tomb. Lovely. And we are going to assign the tomb to Claycree. Hopefully he doesn't take badly to that. There we go. Excellent. Current owner, not occupant, which is good. You don't want to be an owner-occupier of a coffin. It's a poor way to be. Okay, right. What else do we need to do? We've got the vampires all caught up. We've got them all in there. Let them meet Jack Ketch and dance the hempen jig. Will that kill a vampire? Walk the volcano plank. That's not a terrible idea, actually. We do need to set up a temple / smith's workshop over the lava, so we could arrange for a construction accident. That might be a possible way to do it. Vampires can be useful, but I have yet to successfully use them in any way, so I don't know if they are worth keeping around. I'm not totally against throwing him into the magma, though. Let's just say that's an option, and it's on the table. Alright, back up to the surface. What are we going to do with this magma? I mean, I want to wall it in and floor it off, and then put a ceiling over the top of that. Should we do that? And then we'll access it from lower down. Someone's given a birth to a baby boy by the river. I was born by the river in a little tent. Could it be Sam Cooke? Could this be the birth of singing legend Sam Cooke? Possibly. I mean, it seems a bit early. I mean, it's like pre-human civilization, if this is indeed Earth. Although I don't think we're actually in a Planet of the Apes scenario here. Right, I've got to start putting floor over this. Build, capital C, F for floor, and then we just make it as big as possible. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. There we go. And where to put it? Ooh, that fits nicely, doesn't it? It does leave a little gap, but whatever. That's nice. We'll put that in there. And we're going to make it out of... granite blocks, just to get it done quicker. Bosh. There we go. Do we have enough granite blocks to make another hunk of floor? Let's find out. Cover that up. Bang. Granite blocks. Yes, we do. Floor. More granite blocks, please. There we go. No? No granite blocks? There we go. Granite blocks. Very nice. I just built a fucking wall, didn't I? Jesus Christ, on a fucking unicycle. And I can't mouse click them. There we go. So X, 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 X. Build C floor. There we go. That's what we wanted. Not walls. Floors. The bottom ones, not the side ones. Make it out of granite blocks. Lovely. Bloody lovely. I'll let that get built. That can be phase 1 of construction of our glorious temple slash blacksmith's workshop. Hopefully it'll get done relatively quickly. With granite blocks, I'm thinking it should get done quite fast. Dwarves are expendable. That is technically true, but we want to try and keep these ones alive, I think. Just for the glory of my parallel fortressing. Just for my personal glory, you understand? Oh yeah, they do make them quicker with blocks, don't they? Jeez. Straight out, straight down, bosh. It's looking fantata. Fantabulous. And Butternut Squash has created a masterpiece plumwood bed. Lovely. Who doesn't love a bit of plumwood in bed? Sorry. Getting caught up in my smutty little innuendos there. The vamp victims don't count as executions? Well, I suppose they're not a judicial execution. They're extrajudicial executions. What defines an execution? Is it just the killing of a restrained or like a restrained unwilling participant? What defines execution? I'm going to Google it. Bear with me, lads. It won't take long. Execution. Probably going to get like air tickets to Riyadh come up or something, aren't I? The carrying out of a plan, order, or a course of action. The carrying out of a sentence of death on a condemned person. The execution of juveniles is prohibited by international law. Just in case you're Googling it, Trump. Okay, so there's a few different terminologies here. But that's the one I was thinking of. Okay, so they have to be sentenced. So terrorists technically can't execute prisoners then, can they? Oh, semantics, you tricky dog. You tricky, tricky dog. How dare you? Good lord. The carrying out of a sentence of death on a... Oh, Buckshot Brigade got there before I went and looked, and it was all for naught because I just went and looked myself. I'm so sorry, Buckshot. I should have just glanced over into chat. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. They do not bite each other, though you can do that in adventure mode without repercussions. It's not like other lore where vamp blood is poison to other vamps. I've never heard that in vampire lore before. Where was that one? Where's that a thing from? Hello, Sergeant Indy. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. You missed the plug, but it did get done. It did get done. Admittedly to like 4 people at the beginning of the stream, so maybe I should do it again, but I don't have a hot drink. Oh, disaster. Don't worry, I'll do it before the end of the before I go on break, which won't be too long. Let's get this little floor in. Let's get this floor in. Come on, dwarves. Build the floor. Papa need a break. Oh, we haven't buried that corpse, have we? That's probably because we've got this door locked up tighter than a gnat's chuff. Let's de-chuff it. No! Got to round the vampire up again. We're going to be seeing a dead body in a minute. The other one stayed in there. Good lad. And he's back. Look at that. Another... Sanctum! Oh, I'm sorry, Sanctum. I didn't realise that was going to happen. We need to assign these for burial to get that corpse out of there before the miasma causes issues. Not that it could have done. The only people it was pissing off was the vampires. And frankly, they've pissed me off now. Everybody out. What are you all doing parading around in this freaking room? Oh, they've all come to play with the mayor. Oh, Mr. Mayor, it's so nice to get to see you again after you having been locked in this room for so long. Oh, can we come and lick your boots? Oh, vampire, bite me, bite me. Fucking idiots. Let's unpause the action. Everybody out. Grab that last bit of gear off of the... Is that forbidden? It's not forbidden. They can come and collect it. Although I feel like, you know what? Let's just lock them out. It's probably best not to let these vampires roam around too much. We have already lost a namey. I mean, you didn't just die, Sanctum. You were drained dry by a vampire, which is not an ideal scenario. At least not in terms of longevity. Let's... Oops, sorry, wrong screen. Build some more coffins, because I get the feeling we might have a few deadies knocking around. And, frankly, we don't want deadies laying on the floor stinking the place up. No offence to any dead viewers out there. I apologise if I've insulted you, but it's just the way it goes here. We don't like the deadies. There we go. Is that one set for burial? That's an armour stand, sir. Oh, yep. Katet, the human mace man's been plopped in that one. And Sanctum's in there. Poor old Sanctum. Well, before the break, I'll have to give you another vampire, just so you're still represented in the fortress. Just so another vampire. Sorry, another dwarf. Dwarf. Very, very important distinction to make. Come on, build that floor, and then I'll go and take my break. Come on, you little blocky bastards. Get those things up there. Only about 5 or 6 more to go. 4 more to go. Come on. Come on. You can do it, dwarves. They're only granite blocks. How heavy can they be? I mean, granite is pretty heavy, so okay, sure, they're heavy, but you're strong dwarves. Lug 'em. Drag 'em with your beard if you have to. 2 more blocks. Come on. I see them coming down the corridor. Oh, I don't, actually. One of those is a mechanism. I see 1 block on its way. There we go. There's block 1. And why is it paused? We've run out of plump helmet spawn. How have we run out of plump helmet spawn? We're not brewing them. Okay. Presumably there's something else here. Someone's seeking infant. Oh, they just had a baby. Fair enough. I really need to stop them from notifying me about births. It gets very irritating when the game frequently pauses. Ah, dear. Come on, get that last block in place. Hey, there we go. Oh, another baby boy born by the river. He was born by the river in a little tent. Don't remember the rest of the words. Summertime and the baby gets born. Okay, so with that, let's quickly head over to the home screen with the game paused and set ourselves up for a little bit of breakerino breakeroony. How does that sound? Sounds a bit Flandersy, doesn't it? Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. Over to the home screen. I am going to go and get myself a hot drink. Probably go to the toilet again, just in case, even though I don't feel the urge right now. But it's good to get that kind of thing out of your system. Maybe have a little snack. Going to have a smoke. And then when I come back, we're going to play more Dwarf Fortress. Probably at least half an hour, maybe an hour or so of Dwarf Fortress. I'm not sure. Hopefully some of you will still be here when I get back. Fingers crossed. I mean, don't feel like you have to. There's 24 of you. If we lose half of you, I mean, it's a shame, but there's still more people watching than I normally get. So everybody's a winner, right? You get to go to sleep. I get to sit here massaging my foolishly overinflated ego, and we all just get jolly times. Isn't that lovely? Now, when I go, I will be gone for about 10 minutes, possibly 15 if I get ludicrously lax, but lately I haven't been gone that long. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of music made by my good friend Sinister Elements. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. There is a link available to his SoundCloud, and if any of the tracks you're interested in getting aren't there, I can give them to you in the Discord. It's not a problem. I've got full rights to these motherfuckers. Full rights. Before we go, though, if any of you happen to be in the Tacoma area of Washington State, United States of America, you may be interested in visiting Tacoma Games. They sell tabletop role-playing games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice, miniatures, etc., etc., etc. If that sounds like your thing, check them out. Tell them I sent you. Nice things might happen. And I'm willing to bet bad things won't happen, at least not related to your visit to the store or my involvement in it. If anything bad happens, I am not responsible at all. I mean, hopefully. I wouldn't like to feel like I was responsible for something bad happening to you. But you never know. You never know. The butterfly effect. I could fart, excuse me, and it could change the weather patterns and you could get struck by lightning. Oh, God, I wish I hadn't farted now. I've killed somebody in the future, hypothetically. Potentially. Oh, no. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for doing so, but I'm going to stop the recording now because you don't want to sit here watching this. This is for the liveys only. This is special material for them. Bye.